everyone. My name is Zack Snipes. I'm a county extension agent for the Clemson University Cooperative Extension Service, and I'm in Levy, South Carolina. As Rollen told me, it could be Alligator Alley. As you can see, we're in a rice field, and I'm here with probably the most famous South Carolina farmer that I know, is Mr. Rollen Chalmers of Rollen's Raw Grains. Rollen, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thank you. I'm very happy for you guys being here today.
Yep.
Out here with us, and appreciate it doing Clemson.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited too.
We got a lot to learn today.
Yeah, well,
you're going to teach us a lot. I can't open a magazine or open a web article lately without seeing your face on it and what you're doing for the rice industry in South Carolina. So I'm excited to talk to you today and really get to share your story and what you're doing with the viewers tonight.
This is where like the rebirth of the Carolina Gold rice. We here at our Turnbridge plantation here in Levy, South Carolina. It's a community in Hardeeville, South Carolina here. And we grow the Carolina Gold rice here and the Charleston Gold rice here, and among other rice, our long gold that have been growing here too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is that different from the rice I would buy at the grocery store, the white rice in the bag?
This rice right here just got a whole different taste.
Okay.
The taste is different. It's very aromatic. The texture of it, and it just strives real good in this kind of soil that we have right here that this rice grew in. And this rice is almost like a native to this. The rice is actually a native to this area.
Okay.
Yep.
And so it's been grown here for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years.
And you're just carrying on that tradition.
That's all I'm doing.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
So explain to me the difference in the Carolina Gold and the Charleston Gold, because there are differences.
Right. Carolina Gold is a more sticky rice.
Okay.
If you're looking for a sticky rice, and the Charleston Gold is also the difference in the two. Carolina Gold is a more tall stature rice, more prone for lodging, and Charleston Gold is a much shorter stature rice.
So the Carolina Gold was the original rice that was grown here, and the Charleston Gold was bred from the Carolina Gold.
That's
Am I correct in that?
right. That's right.
Okay.
It's just a shorter stature rice. Both of them have that nutty aroma to it and also that nutty taste. Sometimes the Charleston Gold can be even more aromatic than the Carolina Gold. You can come out here when this rice is about midsummer and you can just smell that aroma off of the field.
Wow.
You could actually smell it. People, they get out there and say, what does that smell? That's that rice.
That's right.
Out there.
Yeah. So rice has a taste is what you're telling me.
That taste. Taste is what matters.
Yep. And when I get rice from you, I always keep it in the refrigerator. Why would I do that?
It locks in the freshness of that rice. Keep it with a nice fresh taste and everything, and it's good in the freezer up to a year, in the fridge for up to 4 months.
Yep. And another product that you guys have started offering is a little different than the Carolina Gold and Charleston Gold. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that came about? Yeah,
we have Carolina Gold brown rice with a wild rice incorporated into it, a red wild rice. And that rice it's got a lot of fiber in it. And people really go wild over that rice. They love it. We come across it about better than a year ago, and we kind of just test the water with it a little bit, and people went wild. They love the color of it and everything. So, and the taste, that taste.
And to most rice farmers, they don't want that red rice.
That's correct.
But you turned a negative into a positive. You're a salesman, man.
People really enjoy it, and also our rice grits.
Yeah,
the rice
grits. All right, tell me about that. What is that?
The rice grits is most people, they want the whole grain rice, and your farmer want to, but the rice grits, we kind of got into it here better than 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I had a kind of sort of like abundance of rice grits. And
now, what are rice grits, though? Explain to people what that is.
The rice grits come from when we mill the Carolina Gold rice.
Okay.
And the broken bits that comes off of it goes into another batch.
Okay.
And it's just small broken bits of Carolina Gold rice. You get that same Carolina Gold rice taste and that aromatic aroma that comes off of it.
You just don't have to chew it as much.
You just don't have to chew it as much, and you can use it for a dessert. You can make bread with it.
Wow.
And you also can eat it as a dinner or a breakfast meal.
I love how y'all are taking, things that normally maybe would go in the waste stream, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not what people think.
That's right.
Turning that into a positive.
And that rice grits back in the 17th, 18th century, it was called the middlings. And that was basically the throwaway part of the rice. It was what the African-American slaves would get, and the animals were fed. And now it's one of the hottest ticket out there. All your high-end chefs, they making all kind of dishes out of it. And it makes a mean risotto.
Wow, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet.
it makes a really mean risotto.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So explain to us and some of the viewers what rice is like, because I grew up in the upstate,
Right.
and we ate potatoes growing up. We didn't eat rice. So
Right.
explain to us the culture of rice as far as growing rice. What does that process look like?
You know, the process of it, you would go in and you find some of the most wettest field, which in farming, you want your field not to be wet all the time. Basically, these rice fields I grow it in, they are wet fields. These fields can be as hard as concrete during the summer when it's dry, and as soon as you put water on it, basically turn into silly putty.
Okay.
It just get real slick and muddy. So it's just the environment that this Carolina Gold loves to grow in.
And so you'll plant in, I guess, what, April or so?
Yep, in April. We'll go in April and plant, and it's a 120-day process to harvest. Sometime it may be a little bit earlier.
And you actually put water on the rice.
I put water on the rice.
Why would you do that?
You put the water on the rice to suppress the weeds that's coming into it. It suppresses the weeds. Also, it nurtures, it's water for growing, for irrigation.
Okay.
And that rice, the water normally doesn't catch up with that rice.
Okay.
If that rice is 8 inches tall, when you start 6 inches, when you start bringing this water on it, when you come back, that rice will have grown another 12 inches.
Wow.
In a couple of, it's gone.
So how deep are your rice fields when at full growth?
But at full growth, it could be somewhere right around, say, anywhere from 24 inches, or you could bring in maybe 36.
Well, I'm assuming that probably brings in snakes and alligators and all kind of wading birds and ducks.
You got on these fields right here, you got every kind of bird that inhabits these wetlands, pink spoonbill, egrets, blue heron. All these birds nest on this property.
Yep.
Every year we got a rookery here, and they nest. And alligators, we got alligators from a foot long to say 14 footers.
Wow.
We got anything you can imagine.
I thought I saw one of them just a minute ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we also have, we got abundance of cottonmouth moccasins in these fields too, Indian timber rattlers around these
So
fields.
this is not easy work for a lighthearted person.
It's not. If you're a type of person that actually afraid of these reptiles or what have you, you timid about snakes, growing rice is not your thing.
That's right.
You know, it is not.
So you flood the rice grows, it heads out, it starts drying down this time of year, and it's October, early October for us. How do you get in there and harvest if it's got water on it?
You pull the water off of it, you drain these fields, and once you drain these fields, you come in with a combine, and you get it out to the mill.
Okay.
And it's milled, and it's kept in cold storage until it's packaged and back to me.
Okay. And so you have a unique partnership with who that mills it?
With Anson Mills.
Okay.
Anson Mills, Glenn Roberts, who owned Anson Mills, Glenn and I are really good friends from the start. When Glenn started up Anson Mills, I worked with Glenn, and we did a lot of research right here at Turnberry, where the rebirth of the Carolina Gold Rice by Dr. Richard Schultz Sr. started at here in the United States. And I've been going on with it ever since.
For South Carolina, as I mentioned, it's an important cultural thing and historical thing, and you have ties.
Right.
You're not the first rice farmer in your family. Tell us about that story.
No, I'm not. My great-great-grandparents were enslaved in Palmetto Bluff, and they were enslaved by the Cole family at that time back in the late 17th, 18th century. And my great-great-grandmother took care of the Cole family little daughter. She was a nanny to their little daughter. And my great-great-grandfather was the one that took care of the fields in Palmetto Bluff. When slavery ended, they moved out of Palmetto Bluff and moved into Bluffton, which is a little township next to Hilton Head Island. And then he went back into Palmetto Bluff, and he leased land from a white overseer, property owner. He let him lease some land, and he started farming rice again on some of the fields that he was doing for the Cole family. And then he began to sell his rice. He was actually selling.
Wow. And you didn't know this until recently?
Until recently. I discovered this by Mary Sochi, who was the head archaeologist for Palmetto Bluff at the time. And she took me to their gravesite one day and actually showed me the gravesite where the Cole family had gave them this beautiful marble headstone back in the 18th century and put them in a special cemetery overlooking a bluff, overlooking Hilton Head, Bull Island, and Savage Island.
Wow. Yep. How does that feel knowing that what you're doing now is carrying on something that's been in your family history for hundreds of years? I mean, it
was really stunning to have found something like that out. I knew my mother and my father and them, they grew rice too, but it was small portion of rice that they grew, and it was for actually eating, for their purpose. It was not for, producing rice. So it was really, it was just unbelievable to find out something like that.
Sure.
That here I am doing it here in 21st, I'm growing rice.
And kind of how you stumbled into it. I mean, no offense, but I mean, you didn't start out to be a commercial rice farmer.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I really didn't.
It's funny how things work.
Yep.
And how they come around like that.
It does.
So when you're not farming, I know you do that a lot. You spend a lot of time doing that.
Right.
You do a lot of land management and that sort of thing for people. Where are you hanging out?
I'm hanging out in Rollen's Raw Grain.
Okay, and that's where?
That's in Levy, South Carolina. Levy is a small community in Hardeeville, South Carolina.
Okay.
Here in Hardeeville.
And if people come by, they can actually see you. They can talk to you. They can ask questions to you.
That's right. I'm one of, I'll be sometime I'm around that store or what have you, and they can come in and talk to me.
That's right.
And ask me questions about it.
And y'all have had some events recently with some big name chefs coming in and doing some cooking and that sort of thing.
That's correct. We have those chefs would come in and they'll cook different meal with our grains and whatnot. And we'll have different meats there and whatnot cooking up and different things. And dessert. I'm coming from some of our rice grits.
That's amazing. Yep. Well, man, I'm so thankful that I get to work with you and the time we get to spend together. And I'm so thankful that you're part of South Carolina history, and looking back and then looking forward, like your name will be in the history books of you carried this on.
Well, so, man, what? I really appreciate you guys with Clemson and everything that y'all do, Zach, because it's a lot. And, y'all got a lot of different other farmers y'all got to take care of, too. And questions is always asked. Y'all are professional. And from the time I started farming for production, I could call and talk to one of you guys. And as always, y'all will get back with me and we get things worked out.
Right.
We'll get it worked out.
Good. Well, again, that's the way things are supposed to be. Yep. And I'm glad it's working out for both of us.
That's right.
So, well, thank you for being on the show. Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming today.